What's up, y'all? Welcome. I was just in the crib real quick. Just now, and I had came out here to shoot this video. I just got through watching. I wasn't really watching it, but I had it on. It was the Blazers versus the Sacramento Kings, NBA basketball. It was preseason sports. So I figured I should go ahead and shoot me a video about preseason sports and introduce the category of random videos. So when I shoot videos under the category of random video, it'd be just like stuff like this. Now, if I can remember, I had about 4 points. Now, the reason for preseason sports, one is that a lot of the athletes that are returning for another year in professional sports, they have an off season, they have a life, and they don't be as active as they should be, or maybe they just chill out. The point is that they put on fat, and they have been playing sports on a very competitive level on the off season, so the preseason helps them get back in shape and get back to playing sports on whatever competitive level that they play on. So if they play college basketball, they play professional basketball. Professional basketball is not going to be the same as those pickup games that they was running in the off season. They're in uniform now. They got refs around. Folks are really trying to beat you. You're going to have to get yourself in that certain kind of condition, in that shape. So you got to get your wind back from the off season. That's one reason for preseason sports. I watch a lot of basketball. I watch basketball mainly, so when I'm speaking right now, I'm going to be talking mostly about basketball, but I watch all sorts of sports. Now, the second reason is for new athletes. They get to test the talent pool in more ways than one. This is the first way. So you probably have freshmen if it's college sports, or you probably have rookies if it's professional sports. Then in the preseason gives them a chance to play and compete at the professional or collegiate level, and it also gives the coaches and people who have decision-making responsibilities within the organization to see the talent that they had just received. Now, the third reason is the preseason is for talent pool when it comes to team against team. So you kind of want to gauge where your team is at on a competitive level. So preseason sports lets you get a view of that. Now, the fourth reason, right, is because a lot of folks don't really like preseason sports, but if you jump right into the season off the bat, you probably lose some money. So you have a couple of preseason games so people be aware that, okay, the season's about to start. You're going to have this many preseason games. So if y'all gonna be messing around and not really trying to watch the sports, and y'all could go ahead and do that for a couple of weeks. But once the season starts, the real season opener, that's when these basically businesses, even the colleges, they make a lot of money off of college sports. That's when they expect people to really tune in to the sports, and that's when they expect to make money. So they have preseason games so people will be aware. It's pretty much like putting the word out like, hey, yo, it's preseason. So, oh yeah, it's preseason? All right, I ain't gonna watch the preseason, but in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be watching the real games. That's exactly what it is. So when preseason starts, it's just putting the word out like, look, okay, the season has started, but it's preseason. But we don't want y'all to miss the real games, so we're gonna give y'all these games right here for those 4 different reasons. I thought I had a 5th reason, but I'm not sure. Thought I had a 5th reason for preseason sports. But anywho, I use basketball a lot because I still shoot around and play a little ball here and there. But I be watching rugby, tennis, I be watching boxing, I be watching whatever's on TV. TV sucks. TV trash like a mug. But whenever I turn on the TV, the first thing I'm looking for is sports. Second thing I'm looking for is any TV shows or movies I've seen before. But I was just in there watching the preseason basketball. Oh, that's the other part of my video. I remember now. It wasn't a 5th point. Now, I played sports. I played on good teams and I played on bad teams. I played against good teams and I played against bad teams when it comes to sports. Now, let's talk basketball. On a basketball level, the difference that I noticed between good teams and bad teams in basketball, besides the obvious is that, okay, they got better players because they got better funding, because they got better fans, they got a better area to play in, and that area takes basketball more serious than the other areas. So that's the reason why it's talent. But when you put people together on a professional collegiate level, you can expect competition because they're actually on the same level. Now, the difference that I saw in basketball between teams that are good and teams that are not good, teams that win and teams that lose, right? Aside from the obvious, coaching, talent, what I saw is that in basketball, the teams that lose a lot, they play trash. Like trash defense. I'm like, dude, I be thinking like, dude, man, the captain of like when you see a team that loses in basketball, I'm telling you, when it comes back to what can the team do, the losing team or the whack team, what could that whack team do to be better? They could play better defense. I noticed that a lot of teams that lose in basketball, they just don't take defense seriously. Now, and I'm not talking about the games where the other team is just so much better than the team that they can't do nothing anyway. I'm talking about just in general. Teams that suck in basketball, they don't take defense very seriously. They just be on some, well, we're going to let y'all score so we can try to score. They be on some, they be on like, at least we score something type attitude. I'd be like, dude, whoever's the captain, like I said, I've been captain of teams that suck, and it'll piss you off, man. Because it be the effort. I'm telling you, man, a lot of teams, they be losing because their effort is trash. Sometimes it be that they just can't compete with the other team better, but a lot of times, like, their effort is trash. Now, another thing that I notice about teams that lose a lot in basketball is bad shot selection. Like, they be shooting terrible shots, man. It's a little nippy out here, and this shirt is a little messed up, but whatever. This is my inside the house sweater. I'm just right here by the crib. But bad shot selection for real. They be taking just bad shots. It don't matter if it's a three, mid-range. It don't matter if they driving. It don't matter what it is. I noticed that a lot of teams that lose in basketball, they take a lot of shots that just have you looking like, dude, that was a terrible shot. Like even if homeboy had hit the shot, it was still a whack shot. You know. So with that being said, I think that's all I got for this video. That's the reason for preseason sports, even though I talked a lot about basketball. And those are the two differences, besides the most obvious things you could think of, that I noticed why teams suck in basketball. Sure, with that being said, this is under the category random video. This will be my first one doing this. Outro.